channel mammals. Hi. Well, welcome to Yankee. A nice quiet day here right now at the moment. And I was just actually thinking about something I wanted to share with you, which I don't think you know too much about yet. I just day before yesterday in the morning, we got some more flowers from the men across the way. And you probably don't know about this, but out here in the hinterlands of New York City, there are places where people with limousines need to park their cars because they can't afford to park them in the tight spaces in Manhattan, even in Brooklyn now. So there's a little troop of men that have limousines and hearses, and they park them right here in part of this old building across the wharf. And it's really fun because they always drop the flowers from the funerals at the foot of our gangplank. Or if they don't think they're pretty enough, they'll stuff them in a rubbish bin, or they'll put them in a bag and leave them for us, thinking, well, maybe they'll want to throw them away, but they may want to use them. And we always make beautiful bouquets with these flowers. And we used to take photos of them to send them to them because each one was so different, and we wanted to, it was our way of showing appreciation for that. But here's an example. These are some roses that came the other day, and we had just finished appreciating a whole lot of tree flowers. There are lots of trees that have flowers here on Staten Island. I don't know why, but it's like spring all summer long and into the autumn. Isn't that amazing? And so these had already had crumpled leaves, and they would have been thrown out by now. But we decided to strip their leaves off of them for the most part and reuse them in this vase. Now, this vase is part of a vase that Richard and I were working on over in Italy. And we never finished the idea, but here on Yankee, I found a whole lot of this old hardware, plumbing hardware. So I put it together, and it turned out that it was at a cuckoo crazy angle. So I had to actually bolt it down onto the table so the vase can never move. Oh, by the way, if you come in close, you can see our crest right here? Isn't it beautiful on there? That's the Victoria and Richard and Prize crest. And the water looks murky, which I actually love. It's because we had these roses in a bucket for almost 2 days, and I just dumped the bucket of water in here. Richard takes out the water with a siphon, and he does it so quickly and easily, I hardly notice it. So it's really easy to change this out, which you think, oh my goodness, how can you have a vase that's bolted to the table? But I love all these pipes, and then I love these rugged kind of bouquets that come out of these strange looking flowers. The flowers are these pristine hothouse flowers, and when they're used in the final at the event that they're for, of course, they're crisp and perfect, but by the time we get them, they're a little bit sad looking. But I love them with all the sad things around them. The weeds that are in there with them also grow in the wild fields here. See, these would all be thrown away. This is what is it, Queen Anne's lace that's old and tired, but how pretty it looks here. Isn't it fun? And these are also completely finished. They've lost all their bloom and beauty, but I really like them there. So come on in here, I'll show you a couple more. We also have some friends here visiting from Japan, and they love beautiful things, and I left them a beautiful bouquet of roses, and they were so honored that we had roses for them. And I said, well, they're from the funeral. And they got such a kick out of it. But here's some waiting for tea here, and it's just these old, tired, lazy afternoon roses. And in one of our shells, look at the color of the shell. The shells, and then circling back to these old roses, and then the leaves, they're kind of soft and floppy now too. But it's just so much fun to appreciate them at every stage. And by the way, this tablecloth, I should tell you about that because there's a little bit of a story to it. My great-grandfather, my father's grandmother, was a concert pianist, and she was very well known in Europe. And she lived most of her adult life in France. And in fact, one of my dad's sisters was, spoke French first, and many in his family speak, including my dad, speak French and English, although they're from Scotland. And anyway, when my grandmother left from there, they had a party for her, and everybody signed the tablecloth at the table. So imagine all these amazing people from far, far away, many, many years ago, signing their John Hancocks on this tablecloth. And then my great-grandmother's maid embroidered them all into the linen. And I love how different everybody's way of writing is so different and so full of life. You know, what does it all mean? It's just amazing. And look at the fancy little work over here. Everyone, and then this Marie-Paul, and everyone. It's amazing that it's here with us today. And then I guess these things are, I don't know, someday I can tell you about these things too, but right now I just want to show you the flowers. Here's another little bouquet of flowers. I don't usually like red roses, but it's not that I don't like red roses. In fact, I love these red roses. But you have to find just the right situation. Look at this beautiful, I think, Mexican or Middle America culture of somewhere out of wool, and how amazing. They bring the stiff fanciness of red roses down into something warm and wild. And these are all old, what's it called, lacy, those little lacy flowers that they put into, bridal bouquets. And they're all dead and stripped of their glory. But I really like them just the way they are. And these last little leaves, they'll be dead by morning, but it doesn't matter. They just look amazing right there. So, well, I'm just about ready to dash off to another video, but in the meantime, there's one last flower I want to show you. One of the gentlemen or women, I'm not sure who it was, in the last video that I just finished, commented, "I love the springy little brooch that you wore." And they said, "I think you've told us about it before," but I hadn't actually. That little springy brooch I found on one of Heather's garments hanging upstate in a closet, and it had been given to us by one of our aunts who'd been to Sweden, and it's a classic historic Swedish little brooch that they wear on their classic costumes. And I thought it was really sweet that they noticed it. But they also got confused just for a moment about this one, because I told everybody about this in another video a long time ago. This is one that Richard and I designed. It's about a spring too. See? It's called Spring Flower. And it is a flower, and it has something to do with spring. Isn't that funny? And so this is the one that Richard and I designed. Don't forget, if you'd like to subscribe, we'd love that. Love to have your comments. Love to have you come and visit Patreon. Just a second. Well, I'll say goodbye. Great to see you. Richard, I'm finished. Hi, where are you?